Hey everyone, it's Andy Barrar, Handy Andy from handyandymedia.com. And today I'm doing a review for Best Buy's blog on the Anker Soundcore Flare 2. This, my friend, is a portable Bluetooth speaker that has 12 hours of battery life that you can take virtually anywhere and sync to your mobile devices. Now, in this review, we're going to look at the design of the Soundcore Flare 2. We're going to look at some of the features that really distinguish it from the competition. And then finally, I'm just going to give you my thoughts on using it and what I think about it as a Bluetooth speaker. So sit back, relax, get your popcorn ready, and cue the intro. Let's begin with the design of the Anker Soundcore Flare 2 Bluetooth speaker. Now, just by looking at it, you can see it's got a cylinder shape, 360-degree sound, so it doesn't matter where you place it, the sound is going to sound, pun intended, the same no matter where you are. On the bottom, it actually sits on this rubberized pad, and that's actually a good thing because this speaker can produce a lot of bass. In fact, it has its own dedicated bass up button just on the back here or on the side. It's cylinder, so you really don't know what's the front or back unless you do what I do and look at the label. So I'm going to call this the back. Now, the flap and this bass button, that prevents it, like I mentioned, from vibrating and moving off the table or what surface that you have it on. There is also the controls on the front, but really what distinguishes this from all the other speakers that you've probably seen are the LED rings that are featured on the bottom and on the top. Inside are 24 RGB LED lights that can give you an array of different types of light shows. Speaking of light shows, if you go onto the top, that's where you're going to get your typical controls. You have your volume up and down. Of course, you have the power button. You have the light show button and also a multifunction button. And this is what you use if you're taking a call, receiving a call, or if you just want to pause or play music. That's what the multifunction button is for. Now, this is very interesting because this speaker is IPX7 water resistance rating, meaning it can be submerged in water for 30 minutes, up to 1 meter of water. So they have to incorporate design elements for it to do that. And you can see it on the back here because there is this rubberized flap that kind of sits nice and tight. But when you open it up, that's where you're going to find the USB-C connection to power this device. So once that flap is in, this literally can be submerged fully in water for 30 minutes up to 1 meter, and it's still going to work. That makes it really suitable for parties, of course with the lights as well. But the thing is, you could have this on your poolside party. Say somebody's going to do a jump into the pool, accidentally kicks it in, it falls in the water. Not a problem. It's not going to break. You're going to still be able to use it, which makes it very versatile in a variety of situations, whether it's both indoors, say in the bathroom and it falls into your tub, or outdoors. Say you're working out in the yard, it starts raining, or like I said, it falls in the pool. The design elements of the Soundcore Flare 2 ensure that it can handle water without a touch. The Soundcore Flare 2 works in conjunction with the Soundcore app that's available on both iOS and Android. And I highly recommend, even if you don't want to use the controls from the app, I highly recommend you download it because that is where you do your firmware updates. So if you buy this and you install the app, one of the first things it's going to do is update the firmware. And for any tech advice that I can give is you always want to have the updated firmware for any type of device that you have, including a Bluetooth speaker. Also in the app, you have a couple of different functions. You have the ability to adjust your EQs, and this will appeal to audiophiles out there who like to accentuate certain frequencies over others. You're going to have the ability to go through those presets, but also create your custom EQ settings as well inside the app. You can also change the different types of light modes as well inside the app if you choose. However, I find that it is much easier to just press the light show button on the top to toggle between all the different types of light shows that it has. When it's playing music, it's actually going to sync some of the light shows with the music. So it can be very entertaining, to say the least, when you combine the light show with music and your friends over. You, my friends, are going to have yourself quite the party. Another very interesting thing about the Soundcore Flare 2 is that it has their PartyCast feature. Now, PartyCast allows you to connect multiple speakers together to get essentially what could be multi-room sound. This is fantastic when you're having parties because you can sync this speaker with additional Flare 2 speakers to kind of have, that ambience of speakers everywhere. And the cool thing is, once you have them all set, basically you connect your device, whether it's a smartphone or tablet, to the primary Flare 2. Then you connect using the Bluetooth button. Additional Flare 2s will then sync to this one. Then from the app, you're going to be able to control both the volume and the light colors of all of them at the same time. You cannot change them individually. You can do them all at the same time. And that is going to really impress your friends. If you have multiple Flare 2s, you're really going to become the life of the party when they see that not only do you have a cool light show, but you have a cool light show with speakers that are all synced together. That's going to impress a lot of people. Now that we've had a chance of looking at some of the notable features of the Anker Soundcore Flare 2, let me talk about my experiences using it, because I use a lot of different types of Bluetooth speakers. I'm an audiophile. I have a really good idea of sound profiles for all the different various speakers on the market. Here's what I can say about the Soundcore Flare 2. It is very, very much comparable to the other types of sounds that I get from speakers this size. I absolutely love the fact that it's 360-degree sound. You actually don't appreciate 360-degree sound until you use speakers that don't have it. And then you realize just how much of the direction it makes. That's why I like this for parties, because you can have your friends over and it doesn't matter where you place it. Everyone's gonna experience the same type of sound. Of course, the closer you are to the speaker, you're gonna hear more. Now, the one feature I really, really wanted to try with the Soundcore Flare 2 was the PartyCast feature. This ability to sync multiple speakers to one speaker has a lot of potential. Not just outdoors when you're having parties, but multi-room situations. Unfortunately, I only had one of these, so I was unable to try that out. I did have another Anker product that has PartyCast. It's a completely different speaker, the Rave Neo, and I wasn't able to get those two sync together. So I think it has to be the same speaker for PartyCast to work. If anyone knows otherwise, please leave them in the comments below. I'm going to get to the bottom of this, because one of these days, I'm going to be able to try this PartyCast feature with at least multiple speakers, 2 or more. Or Anker, if you're watching this, send me 100. I promise you, I will hook them all up. I might not be Linus, but I can do that. So overall, who is this for? Well, pretty much anybody that needs a Bluetooth speaker at this size. Like when you look at the lights, it's quite fantastic. Personally, I'd like to see more lights. It is kind of nice. It looks good when you have it on a glass surface. You can kind of get that radiance. Looks way better, folks, at nighttime. But I think there could be more lights. If they had something in the middle, that would be nice. But again, it is waterproof, so I think you can't have your cake and eat it too all the time. You can't have all lights and make it waterproof. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I don't design Bluetooth speakers. But I really do think this is for just anybody who needs a Bluetooth speaker, because it has nice lights. You can use this indoors or outdoors. It's super versatile. It's light, only weighs 1.29 pounds. Maybe if it had like a little ring on the bottom so that you could hang it. I think that's the only kind of design change that I would put, just so you can just put a little hook here. Imagine you had multiple speakers and just have these all around your deck. It would look fantastic if you ask me. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Anker Soundcore Flare 2 Bluetooth speaker. If you like this video, please smash that like button, leave your comments below, and of course, subscribe to this channel for more tech videos. If you want to get more information about yours truly, you can go to my website, handyandymedia.com. I too have a YouTube channel where I review a lot of tech products. I also do a lot of DIY and how-to content. Pretty much I'm breaking things or fixing things in my house. So I create a lot of content about that. You'll definitely want to subscribe to my channel as well. Once again, folks, my name is Andy Barrar, Handy Andy from Handy Andy Media, signing out. I'll see you again next time. Bye.